Oh, hey guys, it's the Joneses. It's Sarah Jones. It's Mrs. Jones.
Can you stop that?
This is Brandon, I'm Sarah, and of course, our beloved Aiko. Frustrated by the ever-increasing cost of living, we sold everything, went out on a limb, and left our traditional life on land behind. We built a new kind of dream together, and have been living full-time in our homemade slice of paradise ever since. We are always learning new ways to navigate this unique life off the grid and on the water, so grab a drink and join us for the ever-evolving adventure that is keeping afloat.
Welcome back. We got married 8 days and 13 hours and 42 minutes ago.
But who's counting?
I gotta say, we had the wedding of our dreams last week. We were blessed with beautiful weather and enjoyed a picturesque ceremony over the water before boating guests back to the marina for a reception that undoubtedly rocked the dock. You'll definitely want to check out our wedding video after this if you hadn't seen it already. But now that the knot's done been tied and summer's coming to an end, lots of y'all have been asking the same thing.
What's next? Are we gonna just have some videos of riding around on a boat, or
Maybe.
probably, for sure.
If you were to guess what was next, what do you think it would be?
I mean, what are we good at? What do we do?
Drinking rum,
Drinking rum,
floating,
floating, boat.
and flipping floating houses.
So we just bought 2 big permit floating houses that we've got to tear off the lake this winter, and we're going to build 2 new ones back. They're going to be bigger than any ones we've done. They're a little over 500 square feet, and we're currently in the permitting process with TVA to get approved to do the building.
It's a little bit more of the same, but a little different this time because we're going to have some more help. Instead of seeing like every single step of one build, hopefully we'll be able to show you a few builds this winter, and each one will be a little bit different. Pretty exciting. And that also means that there's several opportunities hopefully for y'all to purchase, for those of you who are like, you know, upset about missing out on the Blue Bungalow. Instead of just having one shot at the next one, hopefully you'll have 2 or 3 shots. So what's the timeline on this baby?
Well, just whenever the lake drops enough, we can sit the 2 down. We're going to build these on land. We've never built on land before, so.
For anyone new with us, typically the majority of our building and or renovating process with these floating cabins takes place on the water. When building, it's helpful to see in real time how the structure is responding to weight distribution as the build goes on. When renovating, well, it's just extremely expensive and inconvenient to haul a whole house out of the water and transport it to a construction site. Unlike houseboats, floating cabins aren't built or meant to be trailered. However, here on Fontana, there is one thing that makes the possibility of building and renovating on land significantly easier, cheaper, and trailerless. And that is the 60-foot annual lake drop. In the harbor we live in and have done all of our construction work in thus far, we've got several hundred feet of water to work with. So that 60 feet, drastic as it may sound, doesn't actually change a whole lot for us. But down on the opposite end of our lake, the shallow end you could say, some harbors don't have 60 feet of water to work with. So when the lake levels drop, the houses either have to be transported elsewhere or they sit right down in the lake bed. And since these new properties we've acquired are located down on this shallow end, we're going to let them run aground for the winter to make the demo and haul-off process easier on ourselves.
We'll be able to drive up next to them, tear them off, backhoe, dumpsters, and then start building back right there on the land. So a little more thought goes into building on land and water, because while you're building on the water, you see where you're going. Building on land, you build, and then when it floats, you hope you did it right. So
Yeah, building on land, it's like all the complicatedness of building on water, except for you're hypothetically building on water. So it's, you'd think it'd be easier. It's actually a little harder in some ways. This will be kind of interesting to venture into that realm of building.
we are not playing that on YouTube.
We all heard you. Baby, you know anytime that you tell me that we're not putting something on the video,
Baby,
I'm obliged to put it on
if
the
you
video.
want to stay married, you won't put that on the video.
Oh really? We're starting with the ultimatums already?
We appreciate y'all sticking with us throughout the years and we're gonna build it up a little more. We're gonna go for the next step. We're going on our honeymoon now. We kind of waited after the wedding to finish up some work stuff. So
I think that was a really good decision for anybody who might be getting married in the future. Would recommend doing your honeymoon like a little later, not like immediately after your wedding. It's been so nice to decompress and to clean everything up and have time to like pack and plan and not have to pile all that on top of the wedding planning. So side note. But yeah, we might not have a video next week because we'll be on our honeymoon, sorry. Well, this is the problem with the fact that we make videos in real time. And I know last time we mentioned that I wanted to get ahead. So many people were like, no, don't get ahead. You know, that takes some of the like authenticity out of it. And I'm like, well, okay, but then you got to deal with stuff like this because we can't always be making videos whenever fun, real life, you know, in the moment stuff is happening. And at least with our wedding we had a videographer there, but like we ain't having a videographer follow us around in our honeymoon. That's just for us. Apologies, but we'll get back on track here soon. But this week we're doing some fun like pre-honeymoon stuff. We did some soaking tubs, massage, I got a pedicure, and just little fun stuff to still make it feel special. Wrapping things up at work, and then we'll be off. Okay. Another nice thing about the water going down is Aiko gets this big old flat area here, you know, as opposed to like the steep banks out here by our little waterfall thing, which is covered up in driftwood right now. So there's this really nice little shelf that she likes to run around in. Hey, crazy baby. Good girl. What you doing there, Mr. Jones?
taking down our Archie.
Best thing about this arch, we're just gonna kick it over this ledge. Back from whence it came. We keep that rope though, it's cute. Probably use that in a future craft. Man, I could not like imagine a more beautiful location. I'm still just stunned. One last thing we got to do today, actually do the marriage part legally. In our haste to eat, drink, and be merry after the ceremony, we kind of forgot the whole paperwork part. So, got to go find our witnesses, our neighbors, luckily.
Where it's warm and nobody here.
They're above that.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Right.
they are.
They were really good.
They were professionals.
Where are we gonna put all this in the tiny house?
Let's find somewhere for it. I married my best friend yesterday.
But you'd say it sweet like you said it a minute ago.
Sometimes you can't capture all the moments.
I know.
I married my best friend yesterday.
I love you. Good girl. Come on. Gotta wear Miss Bear out before we take her to the kennel. Still haven't quite found anybody that can watch her at our house, but that's okay. At least now she's familiar with the kennel, so she won't feel like she's left in a strange place. Makes me feel a little better. Let's go, Bear. Hop two, hop two. Go, Bear, go. One thing about Aiko, It doesn't matter that she's 65 or whatever in dog years. She kicks my butt on the uphills. I get her on the downhills, but man. You keep going. Good job. Mama's got a side stitch. I'll catch up with you. This is one really exciting thing about summer ending. We start seeing the bears on the banks as we get into fall. Where did he go?
We got the rental car.
Yay!
We're ready to go to the beach. Let's see here. We haven't packed. We have nothing ready. I did just rent a rental car.
We got that.
It was very cheap, so I'll be surprised if there's even a car when we get there. It's like $11 a day. Yes, I paid for the extra insurance because, you know, Iko, we're going to miss Iko. We'll go to the beach.
Oh,
Go
wow.
to the beach for a much needed vacation to get away from work and just kind of let it all turn into one big rum drink.
And celebrate our marriage.
Oh, yeah. And celebrate our marriage. Which, by the way, guys, it's been going really good.
How do you like being a husband?
Well,
Well,
I don't feel
answer
any
carefully.
There's really no difference except for this heavy ring I got on. Everywhere I walk, it's like this.
You're telling me. You see mine?
So
Damn.
heavy. It's, I don't know if I like it. I find myself twisting it a lot. I
You'll
don't
get
know if
used
that's
to
a
it.
normal thing or what. But
I was like hyper aware of my engagement ring when we first got it, but you'll get used to it. You
Yeah.
look good in it though. Did everybody see your ring? Look at his ring. It's like the prettiest guy wedding ring I ever saw. Hold on, let's get a focus in here. Look at that. It's beautiful. It looks like the ocean. Matches your beautiful eyes.
And we're off. Although we aren't going to film our honeymoon, I'm sure we will snap a few photos, so be sure to follow us on Instagram if you'd like to sneak a peek at our adventure. And in other completely unrelated news, the dates are set for this year's Lakeshore Trash Cleanup here in Fontana. The cleanup is an incredibly inspiring annual event that I would absolutely recommend participating in if you live anywhere near Western North Carolina. I'll link a video in the description to last year's cleanup so you can get an idea of what it's like, and I'll leave this flyer on screen for a bit so you can pause it and get any logistical info you may need. We love getting to meet and work alongside some of y'all to keep this little corner of the world clean and beautiful. And yeah, that's it for this week, I reckon. Thanks for watching, friends. We'll see you soon.